Day 30 of 30 days of love songs. This was a challenge I set to myself to play 30 different love songs every night. One different love song every night for 30 days. To see what that experience would do for me and what I would do for that experience. And it's been incredible. I feel like my repertoire has just exploded and expanded, and there were songs that I wanted to play for my family today, and I discovered that I had so much more courage to try pieces, try music that I would have just thought, well, that's not possible. And just feeling the music and knowing it more and more deeply. This is a song called Long to Touch. It's from a one-woman musical that I wrote called Shrunk. It's actually, the long term was Honey, I Shrunk the Harp, but the short form is called Shrunk. until I know you. I'll reach until I find you. Take it apart bit by bit to find out what's inside. The trick is not to search too far. The trick is not to hide. Take it apart bit by bit to find the fundamental seed. The trick is not to build it up. The trick is to be free. And I look until I find you. I look until I find you. And I look until I find you. I'll search until I know you. I'll reach until I touch you. I'll look until I find you. I'll search until I know you. I'll reach until I touch you. I'll look until I find you. I'll search until I know you. I'll reach until I touch you. Deep in my heart. Deep in my There was another song that I was going to play tonight. 2 different songs. The other one is completely different. I really love that song. I don't know what it sounds like, coming through Facebook. It's really beautiful when it's in concert. Yeah, I love that. I'll look until I find you. I'll search until I know you. And I'll reach until I touch you. The last song that I want to play is completely... well, it's a blues. And this will be the last song of 30 Days of Love Songs. I love you just the way you are. Every wrinkle, every scar, and every line upon your face. I love you every time and every place, and near or far. I love you just the way you are. I love you night, I love you day, and I love everything you say. Oh, did I explain that I wrote this song for my ex to sing to me? I think that puts it into a little bit of context. It goes like this. I love you just the way you are. Every wrinkle, every scar, and every line upon your face. I love you every time and every place, and near or far. I love you just the way you are. I love you night, I love you day, and I love everything you say. You're never too verbose for me. Darling, darling, can't you see, near or far? I love you just the way you love you just the way you are. And if you change, I love that too. The long and the short of my story is that I'm completely in love with you, and near or far, I love you just the way you are. I'm gonna play a little blues here. Let me give this a try. No hands. Weird. Gonna give that another try. This isn't working. It isn't working. I'm at Mercury's in retrograde. This is what I'm trying to do. I'm gonna do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. I give up, I give up, I give up, I give up. My equipment won't work, it won't work the way that I want. It won't work the way that I want. And I probably don't work the way that it wants either. So we just won't do that. We won't hit the button. I'm talking about my looper, which is down there. And I'm not gonna even try it again because I love you just the way you are. And if you change, I'm gonna love that too. The long and the short of my story is that I'm completely in love with you, and near or far, you know I love you, darling, near or far. Ooh, I love you, darling, near or far. I love you, 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 I love you. I love you, I love you. Just the way you are. I love you just. I love you just the way you are. And that's why it's good that your neighbors live far away. All right, done. 30 days of love songs. Boom. And I learned 3 more love songs today. I learned 3 more love songs to send off on my Valentine's. It's been really an incredible journey. I don't know what my next challenge is. I'm not going to guarantee anything. But I don't know now what, Connie. I'm going to sleep. I'm going to go to bed early is what's what. And I'm going to go to Valentine's Day tomorrow, and I'm just going to enjoy myself. And I have been getting a bunch of Valentines. They're not for me, but for all the people, members of the Academy. They've been sending in their Valentines so that we can share them and look at them. And starting next week, I'm developing a whole series of new classes called Blueprints for Creativity. So that's going to be really fun. And Victoria's saying, leaving you with these lines from Dave Matthews, "Oh, on the last day, oh, I love you oh so well, enough to fill heaven, see more." Okay. You know what? I'm going to have to see more later on. And just to say hello to Sherry. Oh, yay! Yes, and I'll tell you, just to let you know how it goes. So my harp is all in the key of E flat. I raised the G's and the A's, and that gives me an F. I can play an F chord. I can play a B flat chord in a kind of different in a different voicing. These are all enharmonics, and then I have to bend some of the notes to get them up. So it's not like the other songs where I could sing the, where I could sing the chords, because it's kind of irrelevant. I mean, it's blues, and blues is blues, but I'm always. That's why I made a class called Blues Harp Style, because it's hard to explain it otherwise. All right, so I'm just going to say hello to Sherry and Connie and Victoria again and Noriko again. Yay! Thank you so much, everybody. I meant to look at this. Learned about a new love song from the movie Dumbo today, and I'm gonna, not a love song, a lullaby, and I was gonna look at that, but that I forgot to do. So I will say good night. As a lullaby, I'm going to do one of my favorite songs. Called The Happy Song. And we will pretend that it's a lullaby tonight. Good night, good night, good night, good night, good night, good night to you. Good night, Good night, good night, good night, good night, good night to you. Good night, good night, good night, good night, good night, good night. Good night, 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 good night. Good night. Oh, the kitty wishes to say good night, good night, good night, good night, good night, good night, good night.